What's up, you magnificent fuckboys and girls? I hope you're having a rather swell day. Welcome back to channel Balakay. I am, of course, Balakay, and I want to thank each and every one of you for stopping by today's video. The first thing we're going to talk about today is a problem, a major problem, that has plagued the very existence of this YouTube channel. And that problem is you. Yeah, you. The one who hasn't subscribed to the channel yet. You think I make this for fun? For myself? No. I do it for you. So that maybe, just maybe, I can bring a smile to your face in these oh-so-trying times. Nah, I'm just fucking with you. I'm doing this for attention. You better fucking hit that subscribe button, otherwise I am going to throat chop you in the fucking ball! Do you understand me? But other than that, let's just jump into it. Hey guys, and welcome back to Channel Review. Today, we are diving into arguably the biggest independent news channel on YouTube, Phillip DeFranco. I know I pretty much drilled it into your guys' head already, but I'll say it once again, if you like the content of the channel, be sure to like and subscribe, follow me on my social media platforms for more Balakay in your life, and all that good jazz. Alright, we have a lot to talk about today, so without further ado, let's get straight into the Philly D review. Phillip DeFranco's journey on YouTube throughout the years is a long and detailed adventure with many twists and turns. Phil started his channel on September 15th, 2006. Hey, happy anniversary! The channel went by Sexy Phil for years, until he decided to just say screw it and changed it to his name for professional reasons later on down the line. He started his YouTube career with creating comedic rants about everyday topics or personal experiences. To say that Phil was a provocateur in his early years would be an understatement, building his brand from 2006 to 2010 off of being offensive and promiscuous. If you were to ask Phil to describe his younger self, I doubt he would call himself anything else other than the original douche-tuber.
Lindsay Lohan's going to be receiving outpatient care since she's starting a new movie. In the movie, her character plays a sexaholic who has a drug problem and then goes into rehab, but then doesn't really do a good job in rehab because she does more drugs, then crashes her car, then goes back into rehab, and then goes into outpatient program to start a movie. Oh wait, that's her life. My bad.
While that bit can be debated, what is well known about Phil is that he is considered one of the first vloggers of YouTube. That being the video form that has come to shape the identity of YouTube for the past 15 years. Phil would do these comedic rants and vlogs for the first couple of years of his channel, but eventually he took the comedy out of his rants and skits and put it into his long-running series, The Phillip DeFranco Show, where at first he talked about all things pop culture and gossip, while occasionally diving into more serious topics.
Welcome to the Phillip DeFranco Show, the show that is the best show that's not really a show, but it's me talking to a camera for 3-4 minutes, yeah.
As the years went on and DeFranco grew in popularity, he ventured into many different web-based ventures, one of which was the laughably terrible web show in 2008 called Hooking Up, made by HBO Labs.
Hey Ryan.
Hey Nick, what's up?
Do you know what the reading for tomorrow in perspectives is?
How should I know?
How? You're in the frickin' class, dude. What's the word?
What?
Hey, Meg Henley, dude. She's hot.
Let me see. Yeah, she is. I am her, man.
Okay. Hey Meg, this is Nick Fisher from Perspectives. Let's do tomorrow.
There we go.
And while he helped in the creation of other shows such as Cute Wouldn't Fail in 2012 with Toby Turner, it was the launch of the YouTube channel SourceFed that became his most successful secondary business endeavor.
Hello Internet, my name is Phillip DeFranco and I'd like to introduce you to my new channel found only here on YouTube, SourceFed. SourceFed is your daily destination and download of everything pop culture news, opinion, and other things and stuff we don't even know about yet. And that's why on January 23rd, we're gonna kick things off with 20 minutes or less. It's everything you need to know about the world around you, or at least enough to make you sound smarter to friends. And so to help me out, I brought along some awesome peoples.
While while SourceFed was DeFranco's baby and had similar news content that he was still personally putting out, Phil began to focus more on making his news show as legitimate as possible. From 2012 onward, there was a considerable shift in focus on quality of news stories that he would touch on. And with this shift, Phil went from covering just YouTube drama to worldwide coverage and yes, even the dreaded P word.
His name is Politics, with a Z. I don't know why they like to spell it like that. They're just fucking weird, but
For starters, this drive for Phil was fueled by his signing to Revision 3 in 2012, a Discovery Channel-owned media company that also signed off on the creation of SourceFed. From these changes, DeFranco became more involved in developing into an independent news source that would be free of bias and influence. But to do that, years down the line, he needed to stray away from any potential conflicts. So, in a long-winded battle to buy his brand and show back from his parent company, which was now Group 9 Media, finally, on May 1st, 2017, Phil announced that he was finally an independent creator yet again.
And that's because today I am so happy to announce for the first time in 4 years, I am an independent creator again. Now, I am so thankful to Group 9, Discovery Digital Networks for the experiences I had, the amazing people I was able to work with, but this is a necessary and I feel important change.
And from this announcement marked a new identity for the Phillip DeFranco brand, where he would go on to create his own news/media company, Rogue Rocket. As of 2020, Phil has continued to produce daily news content for his audience of 6.4 million subscribers, with his Rogue Rocket channel hovering around 237,000. For a channel that has been consistently putting out videos 4 to 5 days a week for well over 6 years, it's pretty easy to describe the content of Phil's channel. But was it always like this? Well, let's take a look at his older videos, shall we? Wait, what the hell? Did he delete all of his older videos? 1.8 billion views gone?
what? What the fuck?
Okay. By the way things look as of June 2020, Phil has cleansed all of his older content. 9 years worth of videos have either been marked private or deleted and are now lost to the sands of time. But having his older content not available doesn't hinder the ability for analysis of his style. Unlike traditional news media, Phil's news coverage has one objective set in mind: create a conversation. He will present a story in a way that takes on multiple different sides and dimensions, creating as little bias as possible to showcase the news in a fair and just manner.
But with all of that said, now I do want to pass the question off to you. What are your thoughts on this lawsuit with the NRA? Do you see this as an attack on fraud, abuses, illegal conduct of what is supposed to be a nonprofit? Or are you among those that believe that this is some sort of veiled attack on the Second Amendment? Where do you stand? Why do you have those opinions? And if you're willing to share, are you a gun owner yourself? But ultimately, that is where we are right now, and I now pass the question off to you. What are your thoughts here? Are we going to see a deal get done, or is September 20th going to come and there's no paperwork? Also, let's say a deal does get done. Are you happy to see that, or you think it's a bad thing, either because you are against TikTok or you're against the idea of seemingly Trump setting up a situation to reward an ally? I don't know, a lot's happening, but that said, I would love to know your thoughts on this. That is where we are with this story, and you know, I want to pass the question off to you. There are multiple ones. If you're an essential worker out there right now, what's your experience been working with the general public? And of course, the question to everyone, I'd love to know your thoughts regarding that Shelley video.
At the end of each story, Phil often tries to create a question around the topic being discussed and asks his audience to start a conversation or debate about anything and everything. Oftentimes, he chimes in on these conversations himself, but I believe Phil tries to take on more of a moderator approach to the issues. This has created a special bond with his viewers that keeps them coming back for more. Because of his news coverage, there is a reason that for the past 4 years, the Phillip DeFranco channel saw a resurgence in popularity after being relegated to purgatory from 2013 to 2015. Due to the rise of fake news worries dominating media consumption for the past couple years, Phil stepped in as a unique voice, and because of this void that he filled, saw each video from 2016 to the present day averaging 1 million views per video. While that consistent viewership is amazing for a channel that covers extremely divisive topics, his subscriber count has since plateaued and is fluctuating every month. Why is this? Well, with his news coverage, Phil leaves himself open to criticism based on the severity of the story, and his personality often leads to even further scrutiny on the man who many have dubbed as the Jon Stewart of New Age media. let's be honest. Talking about politics nowadays is not pleasant. It doesn't matter what your political affiliation is. We live in an age of hyper-partisan politics that makes every issue in our modern society about choosing a side. Phil tries to take that stigma of news coverage away and presents both sides of the argument, however unpopular that may be. This isn't to say that Phil is unbiased all the time. He often interjects his own opinions to a story to either add moral clarity or to try to make sense of a strange or horrible situation. In a news story covering child abuse in 2018 on the children of a YouTube family channel by the name of Daddy05, Phil didn't beat around the bush when vocalizing his strong opinions on the issue when the evidence was made well aware.
But that said, I would love to know your opinion here. Are people overreacting, or is this a serious issue? And I ask this question because if you've watched me for a while, you know when it comes to stories about kids potentially being abused, I am very biased. I try to explain the story as evenly as possible in the beginning, but it's impossible for me to hide the fact that if you treat a child like this, I hate you. And while the kids themselves either really or publicly will say that they don't think they're being abused, I am personally concerned for these kids. But I need to know what other people think, because stories like this do make me emotional.
It also doesn't come as a surprise to me that with all the negative and dreadful stories that Phil has covered for the past decade has affected his emotional state, stating in multiple videos throughout the years that he has had to take breaks from the videos because of the constant tunnel vision he experiences when looking at all the horrible in the world.
The main gist of this video is that there will be no Phillip DeFranco shows this week. I will come back that next Monday. I do apologize for not giving you a heads up before this. I didn't come to this conclusion until as I started to film today's video. I want to preface this with, I love my job. I am one of the most lucky sons of bitches on the planet to have it. I'm not complaining about this relationship with us. I love this, but right now there's a lot of personal and even more business stuff that is really just destroying me. And once again, it's not the making the videos, it's everything that's toxic around it right now. As I started filming the show today, I knew that was going to seep into today's show, and I was going to make a video I didn't want to make, and I was going to hate it, and I was going to suck.
This showcases Phil's personality as an open book with his feelings about what he does and who he is as a creator. It is a level of sharing that some could be uncomfortable with, but others may see as humanizing. Even though Phil covers the news, that doesn't make him an anchor or a journalist. He is just a guy who had a dream to deliver the news in a way he felt needed to be presented in.
I want to make the next great news network. A network that's run under my vision of it is okay to have and share opinions, but let's get the facts right first. Let's express what both sides are actually saying, give their points of view, and then separately, after we've presented them in the best and fair manner, yes, then share our opinion, not because we want people to also think like we think, to infect minds with my way because my way is the right way, no, but to start a conversation about this crazy world that we live in.
Depending on how awful a story may be, Phil will give his take on it. But that doesn't mean that he will warp the facts to fit his feelings. He realizes that it is his job, as a newstuber, that millions of people go to get their news from, to tell the story like it is, whether it's good or bad. I have been an avid viewer of the Phillip DeFranco show for the better part of 5 years. I have not missed a single video from 2015 onward that he has uploaded, and I will admit that my main source of news intake comes from his channel. This is because I trust Phil as a newscaster. Because he is a YouTuber first and foremost. He has been on the platform for many years. And it is amazing to see that he has survived on the platform for as long as he has, with just as much relevancy as when he peaked during his beginnings. Phillip DeFranco is a perfect example of a YouTuber adapting with the times, and not wavering in the face of scrutiny or change. He has been as successful in the news industry as he is because he took an approach to journalism that has transformed the very notion of how the internet gets its news. Simply by interacting with his audience that promotes open dialogue and free-flowing exchange of ideas and beliefs. And that is why, among many other factors, I personally believe that Phillip DeFranco is a legendary YouTuber. Are you curious as to what that tier list is all about? Well, click on the icon to see my YouTuber tier list based on all the channels I have covered on Channel Review thus far. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Tell me what you think about my review of Phillip DeFranco. Did you agree or disagree with it? Let me know in those comments down below. And as always, thank you all for watching.